Watchdogs Legion is a hacking in that has a surprising amount of guns, such as pistols, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, assault rifles and light machine guns, shotguns, and even a taser? Fascinating. Anyway, today I'm going to attempt to play through Just Cause 2 without any of these things. And why did I say Just Cause 2 when I clearly mean Watch Dogs 2? Because I'm an idiot. That's why. We have our lucky Thunderball with us that's going to carry us, and whenever it doesn't, we rely on extra backflips, because we like backflips here in this community. I don't know, I'm not really a gymnast, I can't do one. The game starts out pretty simple with us going in and hacking inside a terminal of 100-degree weather, which is, yeah, that's pretty insane. Anyway, we're just gonna skip kind of through this introductory one because it ends up with us getting caught, and instead of them just shooting me like they should, I jump into an air vent and somehow that lands me outside. Believe it or not, I don't know what's going on. But I also get kidnapped, so maybe these are masochists. Surprise, they're not. They're your new best friends. We got Horatio, Wrench, Satara, Josh, and you, Marcus. Trust me, you're gonna like these guys, except one of them. One of them kind of dies on us, bitch. We start out by getting an introduction from everyone, and they all tell us, oh yeah, here's how to use the skill tree, yada yada yada. By the way, the skill tree is essential for this run. Since I can't use guns, I need to maximize the amount of things I can do, mainly hacking and explosives, because I can use those, and they're great. I just need to be better at using them, and I need to be better about using my environment to my advantage. But skill points require experience, which naturally means I have to start farming it. And I farm it by racing looking for a robot, bullying a billionaire for some reason, racing on a motorcycle, which is fun, even racing a fire truck, how the fuck? And then I do drone racing, that's fun, and even-ended sailboating. Lovely. Getting into the actual game, we start out by basically taking a car and doing what a space company couldn't do. Yeah, no, you heard me right. A space company could not make a smart car. Be a bunch of us adrenaline junkies or whatever. I guess this is why I want to have a sponsorship with an energy drink, because I fully believe I could do this with an energy drink if given a few hours. Our reward for completing this arc is we get to destroy a billboard, as the game calls it, for the lols. But for us, that just means free XP and a waste of time. The next arc takes place in a church, or a cult, one of the two. It is San Francisco. But this arc is pretty easy because most of the time to defeat the enemies, you just go in and you stun them. It's so simple, and you just run up to them. Some of them, you don't even need to stun them. You can just run up and hit them. But that's not all, because we get to do standing. Yay. At their new facility, I died a lot. And then ended up saving someone whenever I remembered how to play the game, and that stealth was in fact an option. While less fun, it'll serve us early in the game because our skills are really bad. But hey, I promise to beat the shit out of as many of these guards as I can in the name of freeing from cults. Are they a cult? I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, I just kind of run around and smack people with a ball. On the inside, we figure out that their sacred things are fake. As all expected, let's watch that again. Okay, I feel better. And with Wrench, we get back into a different fun arc where Wrench is holding a laptop because he scares me because he really likes his technology. Like me. You know, it'd be fun to have this level of tech and that mask. I love it. I want your mask, Wrench, please. This arc involves us stealing a truck. Now, I thought this would have been easy as literally opening the gate, getting in the truck, and driving. This was not nearly as easy as I expected, considering I got shot quite a bit, and whenever I got stuck on the gate, that killed me. Shit. When I reloaded in, I managed to get the truck delivered, and we got Wrench's little buddy. Little buddy isn't too important, but he will come back later, so remember little buddy. Say hi to little buddy in the comments, please. Little buddy would really appreciate it. But he will be irrelevant for the rest of this quest line. Moving on, we go and I have to break into a house? What? I thought we were the good guys. No, it's okay, because this house is an experiment. It's supposed to show how a smart house could be, which is basically the future, and the most I have is just my smart light and my alarm clock. I don't have this fucking elevator. God, that's so cool. Anyway, this is mostly a stealth one because I don't have too many ways I can eliminate all these robots, but you know what? You guys really don't care about this, I bet. I did get a meeting with the guy who runs CTOS. Turns out he used us. See, we scare people into buying security. Even though we're hacking the security, we show that the security is our weapon and we can use it to get wherever we want, which therefore tells people they should buy this security. I don't really understand it, but we're in trouble. So the solution is we go to Coachella, or Swelter Skelter, whatever it's called. We're going to ignore Wrench's current outfit because I'm too blind after seeing something that pale. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, we're skipping the whole section because it's just a hacking puzzle, but we did pick up Ray Kenny. Why do we like Ray Kenny? Because he's going to help us figure out what we need to do for the next little bit. Give us some fun arcs and everything, you know, unlike what we previously went through. Yeah, unfortunately I was wrong. The first little arc is just us driving a bus. There's very little, like, sections where there is combat, and normally I like this mission because I kind of like the vibes of the place we go to, but this part is just straight up boring. It's literally driving a bus. There's nothing else I can say about this arc. The only good thing about it is it does give us a little bit of time with Horatio before, you know, spoilers, but moving on because I have more interesting things to cover, such as fucking Lenny. Lenny's annoying. We don't like Lenny. Not because of only what she does to this, but just, like, listen to this fucking laugh. You see what I mean? Holy shit, but we've decided we're gonna go to war against Lenny. Thank God it's about time we do something in our miserable, worthless lives. Josh is gonna figure out what we need, and what I need, skill points. I need to level up, which means I gotta go grinding by doing some more drone races, motorbiking across San Francisco, doing some weird billboards, again, putting a thingy into the thing. I don't really know what's happening, but I did it. And then watching a guy fail while doing exercise machines. Something we've all done before. Whatever we haven't done is save that conversation. I ended it with sailboat racing. Lovely. With all that completed, we decide to do Primate's thing by destroying some ATMs. Yeah, I don't get it either. I plugged one in, I don't know how I destroyed the second one, but the third one is in that incoming garage. But yeah, I know it's like a weird cowardly move for this, but honestly, it's a good stealth way to do it, and I can try and see how much of it I can beat with just the drone. But yeah, no, apparently this whole arc is just a pain, because Lenny won't shut the fuck up. Lenny's really annoying. This mission isn't that fun, but, you know, it is what it is. We gotta get through the bad stuff to get to the fun stuff, right? Yeah. We end it by going to a bunker and trying to fight Lenny's guards. See, at first, when I did this, I thought I did it wrong. See, because I was about to be spotted, so I thought, shit, this is gonna be a bad thing. Because yes, there's only 3 of them, but I swear to God, sometimes certain enemies, you just can't kill without a gun. I was wrong, however. I was able to beat the crap out of 2 of them, and then sneak into this bunker with the 3rd one never even knowing I was there. It's amazing. Lenny did set a bomb to the bunker. Wouldn't shut up during the whole time, but it's just a hacking puzzle, so no combat really required. Plus, this entire bunker is just... God, it's a waste. I mean, we get access to this really cool bunker, but it's never brought up in the main story again. Like, you get it, and you don't do anything with it. So what's even the point of all this? But I will say, holy crap, Lenny will not complain like an adult. She sounds like a fucking 3rd grader who got access to Call of Duty too early. So, thank God we're gonna be done with this arc soon. That's all I ever wanted from this game is... No. Not this. Not this, please. The next one starts with us in a restaurant. Things don't seem quite right. No, not at all. I don't know what's happening anymore, but there's karaoke, so I'm just gonna go black out for a second. Okay, I'm back. Turns out, wait, where am I in the script? Oh, okay, yeah, here I am. Okay, so it turns out we're fighting the FBI. And this section, I hide in a corner while the data takes forever to download, and I use these little grenades to cover me. Now, that's not the only thing, because occasionally, these enemies will throw grenades of their own, but luckily I'm between a very thin wooden wall. That's all it needs to protect me. But yeah, remember, I don't have guns, so I can't really, like, move around, run around, and fight or anything. I need to basically stay hidden for this entire process. Maybe on the next run, I'll do a guns-only run. Huh. And of course, I escape by the best mode of transportation. They would never expect it. Of course, by stealing a sailboat. If you can't tell, I really like boats. Someone tell Martin Cito Pants. Boat. For the next arc, I decided I needed to level up my swag. Since the FBI is looking out for me, clearly, I need to change my wardrobe to be more DedSec. They'll never expect a DedSec guy to just walk right into their building. In fact, they'd hope. I could be fully swagged out in DedSec gear, and none of them would ever even realize. I know it's incredibly stupid, but... yeah, the first infiltration mission didn't work out so well because I couldn't stop them from coming in, and whenever I got one of them killed, another one decided to see me and shoot me with his bullets. I don't like bullets. They do a lot of damage to my health and to my emotions. It broke my heart. So naturally, I decided that the next time whenever I load in, I would just do a faithful strategy of sending in a drone. Again, it's cheap, but it gets me through this. This isn't even the fun part of the arc. But luckily, in this game, I'm left with one thing. My wits, and of course, my excess flips. Hey, that rhymed. Then I broke the FBI's friendship with me, or any chance of it, by getting caught in one of their bases, and getting seen, and then getting shot. They were kind of mad I didn't let them shoot me, and for those of you wondering why I'm not trying to fight with grenades, they have a lot of enemies that can do big damage and take big damage. I can't dish out big damage very efficiently, so I need to run in order to not die. But don't worry, I'll circle back, because we're here for a few very, very important things. What are those important things? Well, I'll happily tell you whenever these guys get off of my ass. I'm not making an OnlyFans yet. We have to grab Wrench's mask, and we have to steal some data from them, which is pretty easy, because I can just run around while it's downloading. Yay. Oh yeah, they kidnapped Wrench and saw his face. You know, unlike, actually, like me, Wrench is pretty ugly without his mask. Why am I not beautiful? Okay, sorry. Moving on, Horatio's dead. Spoilers for this really old game. I don't know when it came out, but you know what? It's pretty old, so honestly, I don't think I need to worry about spoilers. But he's dead, so we decide that we're going to become a pyromaniac. How are we going to do that, I might add? Well, first, we're going to run around downloading data. Kita's going to be after me for this because I had to defend myself against some dogs. I had to fight more dogs than people. I'm ashamed of myself. But we needed this data because it was going to tell me where I can find things to burn. We like burning things because then I can burn all of their stuff and kill all of their people. For those of you wondering, no, it's honestly not going to be too bad. It's just running around and escaping through windows, diving through windows. Really just a lot of windows in this one run specifically. But our pyromaniac is leveled up whenever we burn all 4 of their little boxes, and they disappear into nothing. I don't know how they do that. But then, on my way out, I got hit with a massive amount of inspiration. Like, no, I was just sitting there, and it hit me. Truck is in fact a weapon. See, you have to kill these 3 people at this one encounter. And what I did is I sent in a different gang to do it, because I'm lazy, and also again, I don't have too many ways to do it. They have a lot of guys with a lot of big guns. So why should I be, like, forcing myself to do it when I can have other people do it for me? It was great. However, one of these guys decided to try and get away, so I decided a truck is not a gun. Therefore, I should be able to run him over and kill him that way. Except, didn't work. Hitting him with the truck and then running him over, not another time, but a second time, did nothing to him. At that point, I realized the truck plan was stupid, so I get out and I just start chasing him. For once, he didn't really look at his phone, and this car decided to run me over a little bit, but he would not get away. It would just take a good while in order for me to catch him. And by that, I just mean a jog across the street. I made sure to get the last guy in a similar way, because when I snuck into his place, I stunned his guard, stunned him, for some reason took out the guard, and then I only decided then I need to go back and actually kill him. Wow, I say then so much. Honestly, comment a word that you guys say way too often whenever you're just in casual conversation. I would really love to see what it is. But with the arc done, we move on. R.I.P. Horatio. Moving on to our next arc, we basically get to bully Elon Musk by going to space? Just kidding, no, we are dealing with rockets, but we're not going to space. Ubisoft doesn't have the kind of budget for that, nor do they have the imagination to send us to space in a hacking game. What we do get to do, however, is break into a facility that's basically NASA, but not NASA. I don't know if you could hear the air quotes that I'm doing. And then go along a cargo container that is strung up, and somehow no one looks at the cargo container, person on top, or wonders, why is there, like, just a guy on there? But we do go in and we take one of their fancy little microchips and we decide to make some last minute alterations. I don't know how no one double checks this stuff right before launch, but they don't. We go in and we do a couple of things right before plugging in our code. I don't know how this all works. Again, I'm not yet a rocket scientist. I am going to be an engineer though. And then we slide that baby right into the rocket systems. Again, no one double checks this. There's no security to make sure that no one tampered with the rocket, but okay. The rest of the entire little mini arc is all just, it's hacking. It's just hacking. There's no combat anymore after you install the thing on the rocket. So with that, we're going to basically skip this entire thing, but I'm going to give you an explanation at the end of it, which is that through this hacking of a satellite, we basically get 3 mini arcs. These are the last 3 little mini arcs, and I keep saying mini, it's because I'm going to speed run through these right before we get to the very end of the mission. Now, we have these 3 arcs, which are going to be going at places like Titus, the fucking cargo ship. I don't know what that arc is centered around, but then there's a third that's, I don't know. We're going to start out by infiltrating the ship, because that one's pretty easy. You literally just bring a ship into port, punch a few people, and then quite literally stand still. Yeah, there's a bit where it's if you cleared everyone out fast enough or without getting caught, they don't call for reinforcements, and you just stand on top of the thing, getting a little bit of a flashback to the drone. Nice and easy, right? Yeah, moving on to Arc 2. This is going to be all about a senator, where you break into his office, download some evidence, which is basically showing that, hey, he's a corrupt senator. And like all Americans, we don't like our politicians. So naturally, I make sure to beat up a few of his guards for safekeeping. There's a great thing with this little mission, though. It ends with normally Wrench sets up a zip line. You can take it, but you're not required to. And I, in fact, choose a fun way of going out of here. I get in the car that's here, and I drive. I end up on the building opposite it. The car burns. I can't really use it, but I don't really know how I get out of here, guys, so I'll just have to figure that out at some point. That's a lie. I got out of here by using a crane. And then we go into a fort and proceed to destroy voting machines. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just know that we're doing it, so I guess okay. I guess that makes sense. Again, I'm not paying attention. The final arc is all about Wrench's little buddy, where we turn little buddy into an EMP bomb, or electromagnetic pulse, for those of you who have a life. It works great. Junior is unfortunately killed, and we can break into Titus. What's in Titus that we're so interested in? The fucking spider bot. God damn, this thing is beautiful. See, it's got guns on it, and I thought I would need to use them, but I quickly realized that's not the case. Just by walking into enemies or swinging your clubs, you kill them. You can also destroy anything in there that you're required to with your claw attack. So the one section where normally you'd have fun just blowing everything up, I blow it up by walking into it. Honestly, if the entire game was like this, I'd be playing this for hours, like a long time, but it's not. Do I love this section with all of my heart? Absolutely. Should you love it with all of your heart? Absolutely. Holy cow, this is a lot of fun. This is probably the most fun in the entire game, and I'm literally just walking around hitting things. So beautiful, man. So beautiful. But with that, things are going nice and, well, relatively easy. On the way out, we realize that it's time for the final mission. We're not prepared, but boy will we. But we're almost done with the run. That's exciting. We love that. And in order to prepare myself for the final run, I decided to get myself fully dappered out in a nice suit and everything. I kept the hat because of course I'm keeping the hat. I'm a captain of a sailboat, don't you know? But I wanted myself to look great for the final battle, and I go in with them against a bunch of armed guards and all that stuff. The mission opens up with Satara, which frankly there's no combat here, just hacking and a little bit of parkour. But you know what? I dog on Satara. She's not the worst character in this game. I like her design at least. Like, I kind of like her boots, but yeah, other than that, she's kind of useless. You can do this entire little section without fighting anything because there's no one to fight. Then we get to the next bit where, oh my god, baby, we get to play as Wrench. Now, Wrench, obviously, as you can see by the fact he walks in with a grenade launcher, has a shit ton of guns, which normally would work for us, but it won't. See, in this run, since we can't use the guns, Wrench is kind of useless to us. But luckily, we still have our explosives, which is going to be great, because we're going to need those to deal with a lot of these enemies. How many of them? Too many. Don't get me me wrong. This isn't like some, like, oh, I'm throwing explosives left and right, taking out all these guards. No, it was more of just the same of, like, I explode one or two, then stealth take down the others, but it is what it is. Wrench's unique design and everything's kind of cool. I do wish they at least gave him a unique weapon, but you can only dream so much. We did get to blow up a wall, which wasn't enough, so I decided to up the antes and give you guys something a little bit more entertaining to watch. I blew up the Pornhub servers. Sorry, but it had to be done. Doing this unlocked access, and like Wrench, whenever I did this, well, I used what the service was intended for, and then I saw, and then I did it again. And with that, we can finally move on to Marcus, which his mission, pretty solid. You walk in, and in the opening area, there's a lot of guys just around you, and it's annoying, because there's 3 little boxes that you have to basically sync up to. It's a rule of 3, or in this case, I think it might just be 2, but I came up with a strategy. Instead of trying to stealth around and take out everyone, I took out who was necessary on one end, went back to near the entrance, and just ran around. Like, I'm basically doing laps here, so I don't have to do that much work. Is it cheating? No. Is it cowardly? Yes. Yes, it is. Because a real gamer would kill everyone here in cold blood like they don't have a family. Me, however, I'll still kill them. It'll just be slowly and without guns. Because see, I'm a pacifist. I'm in San Francisco. The Second Amendment really scares me. But with that, there's nothing else to say about this section. It's a standard fight. Like, here's the thing. The enemies here, I love it because a cell phone will distract them from their job. The downstairs area gives us a very nice looking but weird desk. Like, seriously, look at that. That's a nice desk, but why is that there? It looks like a whole tree was just put into a desk. I want one. It's pretty, and I'm pushing a lot of buttons, but it's just weird to me. But no, I push buttons, servers rise up, which really just gives us more cover in the fight that we don't use, because whenever we're down there, we get caught a little bit at some point. Honestly, guys, this whole entire last mission is a blur, but the great thing is, we still have our lovely explosives, which, love them or hate them, they're pretty damn useful. The nice thing about explosives in this game, too, is we never have to worry about refilling them because they recharge over time. Sometimes it's just you gotta wait a second. But hey, you know what? As long as we don't die, we're all good. I did have a couple of moments where I really just needed to get one specific guy because he would either call reinforcements or shut down my ability to hack. Whenever I got overwhelmed, I would just run back into this little hallway below the weird computer, hang out there for a bit, lure a couple of them in there, and that was it. Honestly, this is the hardest and the last section that I actually had to fight in, because as you'll see, the next one is just really easy, even though it's like the final fight of the game. God, I really wish I could use air quotations as much as I want to. But either way, the last section, I literally just gave up on fighting because it wasn't worth it, and I just ran for the exit. I would drop a couple of grenades and set them off to where if anyone stepped within their radius, they'd blow up. Did it work? Yes. One of them. They tried sending for more reinforcements, but it really wouldn't work out all that well in the end for them, because I thought I'd have to lose all the heat. But no, one of the things did explode while I was leaving. You can't hear it, but it happened. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we get our final conversation with the main villain of the game, and we beat Watchdogs 2 without any guns. This game was really weird to try and do because it's so open-ended, but anyway, I want you guys to let me know what future stuff you want to see. I think my next project is going to be something in Batman Arkham Knight. It's either going to be Batman Arkham Knight with no upgrades or with no gadgets. Let me know what you guys want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and everything. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.